Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. F.R.I.D.A.Y, and I am an agricultural and environmental specialist. Today, we are going to have a presentation about heavy metal pollution consequences. Before starting my presentation, I would like to identify why is it important to know the consequences of heavy metal pollution. Actually, heavy metals toxic affects the gastrointestinal and the kidney dysfunction, nervous system disorders, skin lesions, vascular damage, immune system dysfunction, birth defects, cancer, and increased health risks for persons living near affected areas. Loss of the soil value, decrease in yield, contaminate water, destroy food chain, and affect living organisms are among these problematic issues. Also, the heavy metal pollution consequent destroy ecosystem and it damage to the biosphere. The main consequences of heavy metal pollution, as you can see from the slide, it finally causes the main problematic issue for the human body. It affects to the humans. It damage to the health. Lead, which is the one of the most toxic metals that is included in the list of the priority pollutants of number of international organizations, including the World Health Organization, the United Nations, the American Agency for Toxic Substance and Diseases, and the similar government organizations in other countries. During the heavy metal pollution, the high concentration collected in the soil passes through the plants to the food chain. As a result, it causes the emergence of various pathological conditions in the animal and human body. From this point of view, if we have to evaluate the pollution caused by the heavy metals, this damage cannot be expressed with any economic indicator, and ultimately, if the situation continues like this, it can lead to the destruction of the organic world of the soil. In addition to the metals important for the human life, such as zinc, iron, copper, manganese, and etc., heavy metals contain toxic substance for the human body, as a chromium, arsenic, mercury, and etc. These metals have a serious effect on the plants and living organisms in high concentration and led to the emergence of number of problems. As you can see from the presentation slide, heavy metals also are created on the basis of the lipids, protein, and finally it becomes the damage to the nervous system. And as you can see, the effects on the human of heavy metals, it is becoming a major problematic issues for the reproductive sides, developing toxicity, skin toxicity, immunological toxicity, and etc. Not just only these heavy metals affect to the human body, also it affects on the plants. Heavy metals as a global pollution factor plays a dangerous role, and it is a risky for the human life, and it is a damage for living the things. Depending on the factors such as the export dose, genetic structure, human immune system, health age, nutrition level, it causes the different diseases in the humans, especially it causes to the cancer problem. In addition to the food chain, heavy metals enter the human body through the inhalation and the skin. Thus, in turn, have led to an increase in various diseases such as infections, such as diabetes, the nervous system infertility, allergic diseases, and etc. it has been determined that one of the most common diseases among children in and near the areas of the heavy metal pollution is respiratory diseases. Pollution with heavy metals seriously harms the soil fauna. At this time, the links of normal food chains and the biochemical cycles are disturbed, even completely out of order. As you can see that the heavy metals not only just individually affect to the human body, affecting to the plants, it generally causes the problematic issues for the ecosystem. Heavy metals and arsenic are serious problems for the water quality, for the soil quality, and in totally it decreases the productivity in agriculture side and in many water bodies around the world. One of the 100 chemicals elements identified in the Earth's crust. The sources of the heavy metals that including the mining sector, industrial production sector, and untreated sewage sludge and diffuse the sources such as the metal piping, traffic, and etc. And all these different materials, they make the toxics for the humans. And you can see that the main sources of the heavy metals are the mines, agriculture sector, industries, transportation, and for example, as heavy metals as a solid waste, it goes to the soils and affects the crop productivity, decrease the yield. As a gas, it goes to the air and it goes to the rain and it comes to again to the humans and polluted the water, and also it causes the problematic issues for the irrigation. And all these are affecting to the bioaccumulation and to the biodegradation processes. And heavy metals have the biogenetic elements and xenogenetic elements. And biogenetic elements is divided to the from the classification side, the highly dangerous, and also they are considered as weak dangerous sites. But xenogenes are moderately dangerous. Highly dangerous, such as these metals, including to mercury, zinc, selenium, and etc. Weak dangerous are such as the vanadium or manganese or strontium, and etc. But moderately dangerous are including to antimony or coppers, cobalt, nickels, and etc. So you can see from the slides that how the heavy metals have the large sources around the globe. And you can see that the many countries, in many countries, there is lots of the sources of the heavy metals. That is widespread all over the world. And heavy metals have a negative roles in the water pollution. As you can see that the worldwide global water contamination that is spreading in numbers, and you can see the graphical presentation and the geographical distribution of the water scarcity and contamination by the types of major contaminants from this slide. And heavy metal water pollution also are get affected from the natural sites and anthropogenic sites, and all these are affecting to the health hazards. And soil contamination by the heavy metals in Europe, it is widespread all over the EU member states, and you can see from this line that how the heavy metal contamination is widespread in the EU countries. And soil contamination, as you can see from the global map of the soil contamination, and the red highlighted areas are get more affected by the heavy metals, and the yellow one, it's like a pure, which is the Europe and Eurasia is included in the sites, and you see that it also covers the large areas, the pure, and the fair countries such as the Latin Americans and Caribbean countries, and the North America, and Near East and North Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. It is in the good conditions, as well as the Southwest Pacific countries. And also all these factors, when they're coming together, they also get affected to the climate change, and the global warming is getting enhanced, and that's also an important problem for all the lives. And not just only it creates the social effect, the heavy metal pollutions also consequent at the economic impact, because it destroys that the liabilities for the government, and this economic and the business impact also including to the mining companies, expensive remediation programs, increasing the compensation payments, and impact on the company reputation, and it also affects negatively the future project approvals. And at the end of my presentation, you can see there's some resources that you can use for more detailed information. You can check these links in order to have a common understanding, to get more ideas about this presentation, this topic. Thank you very much.